It is 2 in the afternoon. The room is quiet. The only sound is the fan in the computer tower. It creates a low hum, a constant vibration. You have stopped hearing it 3 hours ago. But it is there. You are staring at a gray background. There are lines on it. Some are thin, some are thick. They are not moving. For the last 40 minutes, nothing has moved. The price is stuck in a range of 4 points. 4 points. You adjust your chair. It squeaks. You feel the stiffness in your lower back. You know you should stand up. You know you should walk away. Go get water. Look out the window. But you do not move. You cannot move. Because you are afraid. You are afraid that the moment you look away, it will happen. The move. The big one. The one you have been waiting for since the open. You have the level marked. You have the alert set. But you do not trust the alert. You only trust your eyes. So you give it your eyes. You give it everything. This is the first cost. It is not the commission. It is not the slippage. It is the attention. You are paying with your life. Minute by minute. The market is drinking your time. It knows you are watching. It feels like it knows. The candle closes. Another 5 minutes gone. Nothing changed. The bar is small. It has no color. It is just a dash. A pause. Your mind starts to wander. You think about the bills. You think about the conversation you had last night. You think about the noise in the car engine. Then it ticks. One fast motion. Green. It jumps 3 points in a second. Your heart hits your ribs. Your hand snaps to the mouse. The wandering stops. The bills are gone. The car is gone. There is only the green bar. It is moving up. It is breaking the high of the last hour. This is it. You feel the urge in your fingers. Buy now, before it goes without you. You click. You hear the sound of the order filling. You are in, and immediately the movement stops. The green bar freezes. It hangs there, like it is suspended in the air. You hold your breath. You are waiting for the follow-through. You need the next tick. It does not come. Instead, it ticks down. 1 point, 2 points. It turns red. The heat rises in your neck. You just watched it for 2 hours. You waited. You were patient. You were disciplined. And the second you moved, it turned. It feels personal. It feels like someone is on the other side of the glass, watching you, waiting for you to commit. But there is no one. There is only the liquidity. You are trapped now, not in a trade. You are trapped in the state of attention. Now you cannot leave. Before, you were watching to enter. Now you are watching to survive. The stakes have changed. The price has barely moved, but your world has tilted. You stare harder. You lean closer to the monitor. You are looking for a sign. You look at the volume. You look at the depth. You are trying to find a reason to stay, or a reason to leave. You are begging the screen to tell you something. It says nothing. It just flickers. This is how it works. It demands your focus when nothing is happening. It lulls you to sleep. It makes you bored. It makes you heavy. And then it snaps. It uses speed to bypass your logic. When the price moves fast, you do not think. You react. You are built to react. Motion means danger. Motion means opportunity. Your ancestors survived because they saw motion and they moved. The market uses that old hardware against you. It flashes a light and you jump. Now you are in the red. Not much, just a few ticks, but it bothers you. It is an itch. You look at the profit and loss column. You see the number. It is negative. It is written in red font. You know you should not look at the scoreboard. You know it does not matter until the game is over. But you look. You calculate. That is lunch money. That is a tank of gas. That is the new pair of shoes. You have turned the pixels into real things. Now the fear is real. The market sits there. It grinds sideways. It is eating your emotional capital. Every minute you stay in a bad position, you are getting weaker. Your decision-making is degrading. You are getting tired. The market is not tired. The market is never tired. It can wait longer than you can hold your breath. You look at the time. It is 2:30. You have been in this trade for 20 minutes. It feels like 4 hours. Your eyes are dry. You blink and it hurts. You think about closing it, just taking the small loss, just to stop the feeling, just to make the noise in your head stop. You move the mouse to the close button. You hover there. Then it ticks up. Back to break even. The pressure releases. Your chest loosens. You take a breath. You take your hand off the mouse. You think, okay, it is coming back. I was right. I just entered too early. You forgive the market. You forgive yourself. You settle back in. And then it drops. Fast. Hard. 5 points down. 10 points down. The air leaves the room. Now the loss is big. Now it is not lunch money. Now it is the rent. You freeze. You cannot click close now. It is too much. You cannot accept that number. You have to wait. You have to wait for a bounce. It has to bounce. Nothing goes down in a straight line. You are bargaining. You are talking to a machine that does not speak your language. The screen does not care about your rent. It does not care about your hope. It is just matching orders. Buyers and sellers. Aggression and passivity. You are the passive one. You are the liquidity. You sit there and you take it. You watch the red number get bigger. You feel the sickness in your stomach. It is a physical weight. This is the extraction. It is not extracting money yet. It is extracting your spirit. It is breaking your will. It wants you to panic. It wants you to do the wrong thing at the worst possible time. It wants you to sell the bottom. And you will, because you are human. Because you have a limit. The market knows where your limit is. It pushes you right up to the edge of it. And then it pushes 1 inch further. You click sell. You are out. The pain stops instantly. The number stops moving. It is locked in. It is a realized loss. It is gone. You slump in the chair. You rub your face with your hands. You feel stupid. You feel small. And then, 10 seconds later, the market turns. It goes up. It goes exactly where you thought it would go. It hits your target. If you had just held on. If you had just waited 1 more minute. You stare at the screen. You want to punch it. You want to scream. But you don't. You just sit there, in the silence, with the fan humming. This is the cycle. This is the loop. It exploits your need for closure. It exploits your need to be right. But mostly, it exploits your attention span. It knows you cannot watch forever. It knows you will blink. It knows you will get bored. It knows you will get emotional. It waits for the moment when you are weakest, when you are tired, when you are hungry, when you are frustrated. That is when it moves. Think about the morning. The opening bell. There is too much noise. Everything is moving. The tape is flying. The colors are blurring. You cannot see the pattern. It is chaos. The market uses overload. It throws too much data at you. It floods your inputs. You cannot process it all. So you filter. You simplify. You grab onto the first thing that looks familiar. A flag, a breakout, a moving average cross. You grab it like a life raft. You cling to it. You ignore everything else. You ignore the context. You ignore the higher time frame. You ignore the news. You just see the pattern. Because the pattern feels safe. It feels like order in the chaos. But the market knows the patterns too. The market builds the patterns. It paints the tape. It draws the perfect setup. The one that looks exactly like the textbook. The one you learned in the video. The one you printed out and taped to your wall. It draws it to pull you in. It needs you to enter. It needs your liquidity. It cannot move without you. So it seduces you. It shows you what you want to see. And once you are in, the picture changes. The clean lines get messy. The support level breaks. The volume dries up. You are left holding the bag. You look at the clock. It is 3 o'clock. The day is almost over. You are down. You have lost money. You feel like you have wasted the day. You want to make it back. You need to make it back. You cannot end the day like this. This is the dangerous time. The revenge time. The market knows this too. It knows that late in the day, traders get desperate. They take setups they would never take in the morning. They double their size. They widen their stops. They throw a Hail Mary. The market slows down. It gets choppy. It moves sideways. It creates false breakouts in both directions. It is chopping up the late money. You watch it. You are looking for one last trade. One scalp, just to get back to green. Your eyes are burning. Your head hurts. You have not eaten. You have not stood up. You are in a trance. The screen is the only reality. The rest of the world has faded away. There is no outside. There is only the price. You see a wick, a long tail on the bottom of a candle. It looks like a rejection. It looks like buyers are stepping in. You convince yourself. You tell yourself a story. This is the reversal. This is the end of the day rally. You buy. You use double size. Because you need to make it back fast. The price moves up 2 ticks. You feel a surge of hope. Then it stops. It sits there. It is taunting you. The time is running out. The closing bell is coming. You are sweating now. It ticks down. Against you. You do not sell. You cannot take another loss. You hold. It ticks down again. You are praying now. Please, just one pop. Just let me out. The market does not hear prayers. It drops. It breaks the low. You are down double. The bell rings. The market closes. You are stuck. You have to hold overnight. Or you have to take the massive loss. You click close. You take the loss. You sit in the silence. The screen stops moving. The numbers stop flickering. It is over. You feel hollow. You feel drained. Like something was taken from inside you. Because it was. The market did not just take your capital. It took your focus. It took your energy. It took your peace. It is an engine. It runs on human attention. It burns it as fuel. You turn off the monitor. The screen goes black. You see your own reflection in the dark glass. You look tired. You look older. You stand up. Your knees crack. You walk out of the room. But you know you will be back tomorrow. You will be back at 8:30. You will turn the machine on. You will stare at the gray background. You will wait for the tick. Because you are hooked, not on the money. You are hooked on the attention. You are hooked on the feeling of being plugged in. The market is the biggest show on earth. And you have a front row seat. But you have to remember the price of the ticket. The price is your mind. The market is designed to exploit the way you think. It exploits your cognitive biases. Recency bias. You think what just happened will happen again. If the market went up yesterday, you think it will go up today. You look for buys. You ignore the sell signals. Confirmation bias. You have an opinion. You think the market is bullish. You only see the green candles. You ignore the red ones. You read the news that agrees with you. You skip the news that disagrees. The market feeds this. It gives you just enough confirmation to keep you wrong. Loss aversion. You feel the pain of a loss twice as much as the joy of a gain. So you hold losers too long. You are afraid to make them real. And you cut winners too short. You are afraid they will turn into losers. The market knows this math. It is built into the algorithm. It pushes price to the point of maximum pain. It hunts the stops. It looks for the place where the most people are wrong. And it goes there, not because it is evil, but because that is where the liquidity is. The market is a search engine. It searches for liquidity. Your stop loss is liquidity. Your panic is liquidity. Your attention is liquidity. You think you are the hunter. You think you are stalking the trade. But you are not the hunter. You are the prey. You are the gazelle at the water hole. You are drinking. You are watching the water. You think you are safe. But the water is deep. And something is moving under the surface. You cannot see it. You can only feel the ripples. And sometimes, by the time you see the ripples, it is too late. To survive, you have to stop thinking like a human. Humans want certainty. The market is uncertainty. Humans want reasons. The market is irrational. Humans want fairness. The market is ruthless. You have to become cold. You have to become like the machine. You have to stop feeling. When the price moves fast, you have to stay still. When the price is boring, you have to stay alert. You have to do the opposite of what your brain wants to do. It is unnatural. It is hard. That is why most people fail. Not because they are not smart. Not because they do not know the charts. They fail because they are human. They fail because they cannot control their attention. They let the market dictate what they look at. They let the flashing lights lead them. They chase the car. You have to stop chasing. You have to sit. You have to wait. You have to let the market come to you. And that is the hardest thing in the world. To do nothing. To watch. To wait. While the candles paint. While the money moves. While the other people panic. You have to sit on your hands. You have to guard your attention. It is your most valuable asset. More valuable than your cash. If you lose your cash, you can make more. If you lose your mental capital, you are done. You are out of the game. So you protect it. You turn off the news. You turn off the social media. You turn off the phone. You make the room quiet. You focus on one thing. One setup. One pattern. You ignore the rest. Let the market dance. Let it scream. Let it run. You do not move until it steps into your trap. Then you strike. Without emotion. Without hesitation. You take your piece. And then you leave. You do not stay for the applause. You do not stay for the encore. You take your profit and you walk away. You turn off the screen. You reclaim your attention. That is the only way to win. To refuse to play the game on their terms. But tonight, you are thinking about the loss. You are replaying the chart in your head. You are seeing the red candle. You are trying to fix it in your memory. You cannot fix it. It is done. The market has moved on. The market has forgotten you. It is getting ready for the Asian session. It is getting ready to take money from someone in Tokyo. Someone in Sydney. It never stops. It is a river that never ends. You are just standing on the bank, watching the water rush by. Sometimes you dip a bucket in. Sometimes you fall in. But the river does not care. The river just flows. And you are just watching, waiting for tomorrow, waiting for the bell, waiting to feel that pull again. The pull of the unknown. The pull of the risk. It makes you feel alive. That is the secret. That is the dark truth. You hate losing, but you love the game. You love the focus. You love the intensity. In a world that is gray and boring, the market is in color. It is real. The consequences are real. If you are right, you get paid. If you are wrong, you pay. It is honest, in a way that nothing else is. And that is why you stay. That is why you take the pain. That is why you will be there at 8:30. Ready to be exploited again. Ready to give your attention to the machine. Just one more time. Just one more trade. The fan is still humming. The room is still quiet. You close your eyes. You see the chart. It is moving. Up, down, green, red. It never stops. You can feel the rhythm of it. Like a pulse, it beats in time with your own heart. Tick, tick, tick. You wonder if you are controlling it, or if it is controlling you. You know the answer, but you do not say it out loud. You just listen to the hum. And wait. The night is long, but the market is always open somewhere. Futures are moving. Currencies are moving. The world is trading. Money is changing hands. From the impatient to the patient. From the distracted to the focused. From the many to the few. You want to be the few. You want to be the one who waits. But it is hard. It is so hard to wait. When everything is moving. When the screen is calling you. It is a siren song. Come closer. Look closer. Trade. Click. Buy. Sell. Do something. Anything. Just do not sit there. That is the voice of the market. Whispering in your ear. Telling you that you are missing out. Telling you that you are leaving money on the table. Telling you that you could be rich if you just catch this one move, this one breakout, this one reversal. It is a lie, but it is a beautiful lie, and you want to believe it. So you listen, and you watch, and you wait, and the cycle continues, day after day, year after year, until you are old, until your eyes are tired, until you have seen it all, and you realize it was never about the money. It was about the attention. It was about the moment when you click, and the world stops, and there is only the price, and you, and nothing else matters. That is the drug, that is the hook, and you are the user. Admit it, you are not an investor. You are not a trader. You are a junkie, hooked on the flickering lights, hooked on the uncertainty, and the market is your dealer. It gives you the high, and it takes the price, and you pay it, gladly, again and again. Because there is nowhere else you would rather be than right here, in the dark, watching the line move. Right, forever. You look at your hand. It is steady now. The adrenaline is gone. The screen is off, but the image is burned into your retina. You can still see the bars. You can still see the levels. You try to think about something else. You try to read a book. You try to watch a show. But your mind keeps drifting back to the one that got away. To the mistake you made at 10 o'clock, to the hesitation at 11. You are retrading the day in your head. You are fixing the errors. You are making the millions you did not make in reality. This is the phantom session, the session that happens in your mind after the market closes. It is dangerous, because in your mind you always win. In your mind you are perfect. This builds false confidence. You think, tomorrow I will do it like I did in my head. But tomorrow, the market will be different. Tomorrow, the rhythm will change, and you will be reacting to a memory, not to the reality. You have to clear the cache. You have to wipe the slate. You have to forget today. Whether you won or lost, it does not matter. It is gone. Carrying the win is as bad as carrying the loss. If you carry the win, you get arrogant. You think you have solved it. You think you are the master. The market loves to crush masters. It waits for you to feel invincible. Then it breaks you. So you have to be humble. Every morning, you have to start from zero. You have to respect the beast. It is bigger than you. It is older than you. It will be here long after you are gone. You are just a guest in its house. And guests should be polite. Guests should not be greedy. Guests should take what is offered and say thank you. And leave. But you stay too long. You always stay too long. You overstay your welcome. And that is when the trouble starts. That is when the house turns on you. You know this. You have lived this. But you forget. Every time the bell rings, you forget. Because the potential is infinite. The upside is unlimited. That is the promise. No ceiling. No boss. No rules. Just you and the buttons. It is freedom. Or it looks like freedom. But it is a cage. A cage made of candles. A cage made of hope. And you have the key. You can walk out anytime. But you don't. You sit. You stare. You click. And the time goes away. The years go away. Measured in quarters. Measured in ticks. You look in the mirror. You see the gray in your beard. You see the lines around your eyes. Those are the scars. Scars of 1,000 stop losses. Scars of 1,000 bad decisions. But you are still here. You are still standing. That counts for something. Most people quit. Most people blow up. They cannot take the pressure. They cannot take the pain. They leave. They go back to their jobs. Back to the steady paycheck. Back to the boss. They tell stories about how the market is rigged. About how it is a casino. They are right, but they are also wrong. It is not rigged against you. It is rigged against your nature. It is a mirror that shows you your own flaws. If you are impatient, it will punish you. If you are greedy, it will punish you. If you are fearful, it will punish you. It forces you to confront yourself, to fix yourself, or to leave. There is no middle ground. You cannot hide in the market. Everything shows up in the P&L. Your discipline, your patience, your anger, it is all there, in black and white, or red and green. It is the ultimate truth teller. And the truth hurts. That is why you are tired. Not from the work, but from the truth, from facing yourself every day, and seeing where you fall short. But you keep coming back, trying to be better, trying to be perfect, knowing you never will be, but trying anyway. That is the trader's life, the pursuit of the perfect trade, the one where you enter at the bottom, and exit at the top, and hold with zero pain, and catch the whole move. It is a ghost. It does not exist, but you chase it. Every day, you chase the ghost, and the market watches you run, and it smiles. If a market can smile, it smiles with volatility. It smiles with gaps. It smiles with slippage. It welcomes you back. Come in, it says. Try again. Maybe today is the day. Maybe this time it will be different. The fan hums. The light blinks on the router. The world outside is dark. You are alone, but you are not lonely. You have the market, and the market has you, tight in its grip, and it will never let go. As long as you have $1 in your account, and a pulse in your veins, it will wait for you to make a mistake, to lose your focus, to give it your attention. It is hungry, and you are the food. Remember that. When you sit down tomorrow, do not feed it, starve it, give it your orders, but do not give it your soul. Keep some for yourself. Keep some attention for the world, for the sky, for the people. Do not give it all to the screen, because the screen will take it all and give you nothing back, except a number, and numbers are cold company. Late at night, when the fan is humming,